It's October 2008. We're taking a little step back in time to reflect on the process of the unwinding of the culture that we live in. Originally, if we like to talk about culture itself, Western culture was very much in the domain of what one might call heteronomy, the whole idea that man was subject to divine laws. In fact, he was subject to God's laws. And with the arrival of Count Giovanni Pico della Mirandola, all of that changed, and the foundations, if you like, for the separating of man from divine law and the beginning of the establishing of man and autonomous law, autonomous from God, really began. And if you think about it, this process has now worked its way almost to a conclusion, in as much as we have a very secular view of reality, and we haven't taken into account in our thinking so far that with the movements, rises and the falls within the framework of capitalism, that there couldn't possibly be any form of intervention. But actually, I'd like to suggest that there is another part to this equation. There are our hopes and our aspirations, our fears and our anxieties, and our agendas. I think not so much our conspiracies, but certainly our agendas, which probably don't take into account that there is a higher being with authority and power over what we are actually doing. And I think in the next few broadcasts I'm going to try and have a bit of a discussion about the decoupling that has taken place between the notion that God is there and He's not silent, and that we are entirely able to determine the future of our lives and the collective future of this planet. And I think that really we need to have a serious time reflecting upon that as an assumption, because I don't actually think it is correct, and that is actually a very inspiring and very hopeful kind of understanding to reach.